Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Jay, here to announce this news that we're hearing about today. And sending our congratulations out to singer Rihanna, probably about her pregnancy. She is 33 years old and she is pregnant with her first child. She and ASAP Rocky. And as you can see in the photo, she is out here with a baby bump in a freezing cold with an outfit that I know she is freezing. But anyway, congratulations to her. She is one of my favorite artists. Um, hey, Lisa. As a Drake fan, though, this kind of hurt me, man. You know what I mean? I know he has a kid with another lady, so as a Drake fan, it's like, damn, he got to be feeling this one because she was the one that got away, right? She's the one that you were really rooting for as a Drake fan for him to end up with in the end. You know what I mean? They make beautiful music together. And when she was going through her trials and tribulations, yeah, Lisa Drake already got a kid, but I'm just saying when she was going through her trials and tribulations with her ex, Chris Brown, we know the guy that stuck up for her. Yeah, I know. It's about Rihanna, but congratulations to Rihanna and New York native ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean? They're having their first child together, and they really do look cute. Yeah, I know that was years ago, Lisa. They really do look cute uh, together. And a lot of women on Facebook, they were already saying that they already knew that Riri was having this kid because they could just tell by her pregnancy glow. But like Lisa said, you gotta, yep, he is. ASAP Rocky is from Harlem, right? Yep, he's from Harlem. He's part of the ASAP mob. He was, for those that don't know who he is, he was the rapper that Trump was trying to get um, back here in the United States from Sweden back in 2019. Um, he's part of ASAP, the group ASAP Mob. Some of his songs is well, one of the more famous ones is Goldie. He's a pretty good rapper, and he's named after Kim. So I wonder if this kid will be a boy or a girl from Rihanna. But man, this is huge news because Rihanna is the biggest female artist out right now. Right. Lisa's absolutely right. She says, yeah, the women did know she was pregnant because when she was doing the Barbados thing, which we have a video on this channel on the archives about Rihanna becoming a national hero of an independent Barbados, right, back 2 months ago. We did a video on that. So, uh, at the award ceremony for that pit in that picture, she kind of looked pregnant there. But as you know, so some celebrities are a little apprehensive sometimes to announce that they're having a kid because, what I mean, there's crazy people out there, especially with her being that she again is the biggest female artist in at least the R&B section. of the store. And she's a national hero in our country. But like Lisa said, she should have been covered up because you don't want to be out there freezing when you're pregnant. Needless to say, as a guy, I've never been pregnant, but um, I would imagine it's pretty uncomfortable being out there in the freezing cold. I mean, granted, the Chanel coat was $8,000, but you know what I mean. Still, you don't want to you don't want to be out there pregnant in this cold weather, and it was snowing too. That was the cutest picture. Exactly, that was the cutest picture though, Lise, of him kissing her on the head, right? And the snow is coming down in both their hair, and you can see the snow glisten off both their hair. She looked straight out of a romantic comedy, man. That shit was crazy. I know. I know. Yep. It was really cute, but that was a lot. That was a lot of people's reaction in the Drake fan group. They were like, "Oh man, Drake gonna take this one hard," because I don't know, for some reason in their minds together, Rihanna and Drake. I mean, they've done a lot of songs together. Obviously, one of her biggest songs is done with them with a feature, and they together. But it was just a ship that we had in our minds, as fans, that we wanted to see them. We were shipping the Drake Rihanna pair, but that's out the window right now. It's time to be happy for Rihanna that she has made this move. 2022 is you know, shaping shaping up to be a really good year for her. First, she becomes a national hero of a newly independent Barbados, and now she becomes a mother. Yeah, that's the thing too, Lisa. People wanted her new album. They were like, she's like, hell, I got something bigger than an album, more important than music. But here's a bigger question: how does motherhood, you think? And Lisa and I have talked about this in relation to other famous R&B and pop divas in the past. How do you guys think the motherhood affects female performers? Do you think that a lot of female performers, um, they fall back when they become mothers, or you know, now we're seeing like uh, Nicki Minaj is a mother, Cardi B's a mom, you know, and they're still out there pushing and they're still out there doing it. But in the past, you know, when these artists became mothers, they fell back. They didn't go on tour as much. They didn't. They weren't a real presence in the music business like they were before they was mothers. Even in TLC, when correct me if I'm wrong, so when T-Boz had her first child, then they didn't tour as much. They didn't make as much music as they used to. It's good to see now that things are changing, with female artists. That they are realizing that, you know what, you can have it all. You can have a successful career as well as be a parent, and you can still be on top of the charts touring. Motherhood doesn't have to come. Yeah, that that's another thing, Lisa. You're absolutely right. Sexism plays a role when it comes to that because for some reason the fantasy of them as a sex symbol that they once were gets taken out of the equation when they become mothers, right? You know what I mean? Like people start thinking of them as old and over the hill once they have children, you know. And the record companies don't want to put them out there and don't want to push them as much as they did before they was had children. You know, but Lisa's absolutely right. It never stops a man. Men have plenty of a lot of high profile men. Most high profile male celebrities and artists are fathers, and they keep on pushing. They keep on dominating. Yep. Lisa says Whitney, I think, was the first to prove that women can still do music and make an album while being pregnant. Yeah, Whitney was one of them that she continued to push. She continued to be on top of the charts. Cardi is doing it right now. Nicki, not so much. He kind of fell back a lot, you know, after she had her kid. I think that's why, like, some female artists, you know, like Madonna or Janet Jackson, right? They waited until they were like real older, right, to have children. Maybe that wasn't the reason, but that played a role. Like they wanted to have their career and they put off having children till they was done, you know, pretty much done in the music business as far as like not necessarily done making music, but like done like being trying to be the top dog in in the game, like you know, trying to be the number one female artist, you know. And right now, as we speak, if you look at streams, Rihanna is has more streams than any current artist right now. You know, more streams than even Drake, more streams than The Weeknd, more streams than Cardi, more streams than anybody, even more streams than Eminem. You know what I mean? So th- it's cool that she is having a kid at this moment, you know, and still gonna probably maintain her dominance in the music business. Well, yeah, Nick Cannon's gonna have another kid, but he has like what? This is his like 10th kid with a different woman. Now, here's another thing. Rihanna to me is an icon of, of feminism in a way. Yeah, okay, 8 kids. Nick Cannon has 8 kids. Um, Rihanna is an icon of feminism, in my opinion, because she survived an abusive relationship. She survived being beaten up. She survived, uh, you know, all the things she went through, and she still came out on top. She deserves a little bit of shine, and I'm glad she is finally experiencing some kind of happiness. Because I remember when that happened to her in 2009, and it was like some of the ignorant Chris Brown fans was out there making apologies for Chris Brown for his behavior, for what he did, blaming it on her, saying that it was her fault. You know what I mean? What happened to her? For real, some there was a lot of Chris Brown apologists, especially other women, which was sickening and disgusting at the same all at the same time. You know, so Rihanna was a woman that showed that you don't have to stay in an abusive relationship. That there, that there is a, a rainbow after the storm, if you will. There is sunshine after the rain. Um, and she ended up with somebody better. Thank God she didn't have a kid with Chris Brown. Chris Brown And that was a disgusting relationship. I lost all respect for Chris Brown as a man when he did that. You know what I mean? Because you have to have self control. You know, of course, you're going to get into domestic disputes or into arguments with your significant other. But one thing as a man, you have to realize that you don't ever put your hands on a female. And some of the females that were being apologists for Chris Brown were showing that women themselves are just as culpable in their systemic abuse and their sexist attacks um, against their own gender by men. And when men do this, they'll be apologists for men in the public eye that they admire or that they find attractive, for the same scummy behavior that they won't be apologists for somebody if he wasn't Chris Brown. Sorry to use this video as a political platform or a platform to talk or interweave social issues into this, but I this really stuck out to me as something, as seeing Rihanna as a symbol of where uh, feminism is going, where female empowerment is going, and since I dedicate a lot of my channel to um, educating and edifying uh, the situation for women and girls. A lot of my content is about uh, women's issues. A lot of my content is about the role of women and girls in society, women's rights issues, and all that. And I feel like, in a way, Rihanna is an icon for that. She's showing that a woman can have her cake and eat it too, can be a mother and still be on top of the charts, still be succeeding even above all the men. I mean, some of the people that came out when she came out are no longer around, both male and female, and she's still doing her thing. She's been doing her thing for over 10 years. 10 years now since SOS came out. She's also an icon for Caribbean culture. She is an icon for female empowerment, and she's an icon against domestic violence, showing that you can get out of an abusive relationship and find happiness. And it's not just all a woman's issue. There are men in abusive relationships. And for those men in abusive relationships and domineering relationships, whether they be with women or with other men, I encourage you to get out of it too. Because remember, there are other fish in the sea. And if that person is not for you, and if you feel like you are being abused and you are being maligned and you are being treated unfairly, get out of that relationship. Be like Rihanna and try to find somebody better. But for now, congratulations to Rihanna. Rihanna, get a better coat and congratulations and keep putting that work in. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Lisa, for contributing. Hit the bell button. See when my next video is coming out. Peace. Yeah, Lisa, yeah, she did. She came out in 2005. SOS was her first. Oh, 2005? I said 2009, right? My mistake. Yeah, she's been doing it for over 10 years now. Man, and she was one of the mainstream R&B artists to introduce West Indian slang into her music, and lace it up with some West Indian Bajan flavor. She's been out there representing for Barbados for the longest, and she's been one of the faces of She came out during that movement in the mid 2000s. You know, when and we upon the replay. Okay, yeah. Lisa, damn, Lisa's come with all this information I forgot about. Man, back in them days, man, we talked about it on the channel in the 2010s review, though. Um, they were pushing heavily Caribbean music. Sean Paul was out a lot. They were pushing reggaeton heavy. They were pushing dancehall music heavy. Like Sean Paul was everywhere you went, and you heard a lot of Elephant Man and shit like that. You know, but if you think about it, all those kind of people are gone now. You know what I mean? And you only have Rihanna left standing, so she kind of transcended that genre of music. You know, and she been a face for Barbados ever since, representing. And of course, ASAP Rocky representing for New York City, baby. Oh, I didn't know that. And she got a, what's it called, Lise? Oh, Fenty. I never heard of it. I never really seen it. You know what I mean? Uh, is it good clothes? Is it fly stuff? Oh, wow. Yeah, so she's one of the first female artists, I think, to have her own clothing line. Man, we're getting old, guys, because a lot of our favorite artists now that we've seen come up in the rap and R&B game are having kids now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, and they was youngins. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, congratulations to Rihanna. That's what's up, man. I love to see. You know me. I'm big on families. I love to see families together, and I love to see couples together out there representing. You know what I mean? Out there showing true love. You know what I mean? Because it's so hard being in the entertainment business and maintaining a relationship. Because oh wow, I didn't know. Okay, wow, the brat can have a kid too. Oh wow, I didn't know she was. She hadn't been in the public life for a while now. Wow, yeah, I know she had gotten married. She had just came out and gotten married. like not so long ago. Wow. So her and I mean, her and her wife could go to Rihanna's. Well, congratulations to the brat to Tat Tat too. You know what I mean? Of course, one of the illest female rappers in the game in the '90s. Man. Yeah, So Def and JD. Man, this is crazy, man. Baby season always hits. It's good on this channel to report about something that just happened that is good. You know what I mean? That's what I love about this news story. I told Lisa right away. I said we got to jump on this news story because Lisa and I on this show we're always when we do videos together, we're always reporting on something tragic. You know what I mean? Somebody passing away or whatever. Whatever mass shooting, something sad. I wanted to jump on here and make a little live, a little chill out with y'all, me and Lisa, on something that is good, is good news. You know what I mean? So often we hear about negativity in the world, especially in hip hop. Like 2021 and 2020 was like the worst years for hip hop with all the deaths of this rapper and that rapper, this rapper getting killed, and then the end of 2021 with Swim 400 and stuff. You want to report something, good, something that will make the people smile. And this news about Rihanna and this other news about the brat, this is gonna make the people smile. You know what I mean? This is gonna make the people happy. So when I heard about this news today, I couldn't be happier. I know some of the Drake fans were salty, like I said, you know what I mean? But I'm sure Drake and Rihanna in real life, you know what I mean? He called up and he congratulated her for it because they always been cool. They always been kind of besties, kind of friends with each other. You know what I mean? Wow. This is the, yeah, I mean, that other article too on the brat. So I may just have to add her to the title as well. But that's cool, man. You know what I mean? Hip hop artists starting families. You know, that's good. Yeah, yeah, he got a kid. Yeah. Well, he don't want to have no more other kids other than little Donnie. You know, because uh, cause that's why he be putting the hot sauce in the condoms. You know, little Donnie just little Donnie Drake's son Adonis just had his first day of school. If y'all saw it on Instagram, man, he got this little dude got braids and everything. He was all jigged out, going to his first day of like kindergarten or whatever, man. Yeah, you know. hmm Yeah, 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 man. Drake's little son, Adonis. All these little juniors and juniorettes walking around in the hip hop world. These are gonna be the sons and daughters of the new hip hop generation. Rihanna's kid, the Rats, um, Drake's son Adonis, Kanye West's children. You know what I mean? Even Beyonce and Jay Z's kids. It's cool, man. Yeah, the hot sauce thing was funny. I didn't report on I didn't report on that. But that was cool, man. That was funny. He was like, "I'll put the hot sauce in the condom," you know, to keep you women away. But here's, I'm sure, even though he loves his son, the circumstances of what he got with the mother that was the IG model, and they clowned him for it in that song that Pusha T made. Drake don't he don't want to be caught out there no more. We, I think, yeah, Lisa, yeah, that's true. The hip hop generation, hip hop artists are grown men and women right now. You know, the ones we listen to anyway as kids. Their mothers, their fathers. You know what I mean? They're doing that grown adult. They're adulting, as the word is that the kids say. You know, and they're not being replaced by newer artists. That was the thing Lisa sent me in this article, that kids are not latching on to a lot of these newer artists, and they come and go. They have hits today and they're gone. They're here today, gone tomorrow type of thing. You know what I mean? They're not becoming, fixtures in the music community in the same way that the people we grew up listening to are fixtures to us. People that we grew up listening to for 20 years, 15 years, practically our whole teenage lives, right? These kids today, these artists are not lasting that long compared to these kids today. Compared to the artists we grew up with. They're listening to what we grew up with and the stuff that was even out before us, the older music. They're not listening to a lot of the newer stuff, you know? So that's crazy. That is like, for the first time ever since the invention of rock and roll in the late 1950s, that is happening. That kids are not listening to the modern music that is out right now. They're instead listening to their parents or sometimes even grandparents' music. It's never happened in the history of popular music as far as the post rock and roll era. So that's crazy. But yeah, everybody that we grew up with is grown up now and has families of their own. That's cool though. You know what I mean? We all gotta grow up sometimes. But what does that mean for the hip hop business? Does that mean that the content will change? That the content will become more mature and will reflect a greater responsibility for among hip hop artists as men and women? Right, that's true too. I never thought of that, Lisa. You're right. She says that's because record companies are now just handing out contracts to anyone and not really seeing if the person deserves a contract. Yeah, they don't really have talent. So seeing as they don't really have, like, what Lisa's hinting at, and is what something I said to my mom a couple of weeks ago, was that years ago when we wanted to be in the music business, like I did, I wanted to be in the music business back in the day, but it was so inaccessible, guys. You know what I mean? You had to, like, go to places like 106 and Park, hand out demos, and still they wouldn't listen to you. Probably it was no way that a normal person could get on to making a record or become famous. But now, since the advent of SoundCloud, and we talked about this in the video, since the advent of SoundCloud and YouTube, a lot of people, especially SoundCloud, have gotten on to the rap industry that can't really rap. Anybody could be a rapper now or could be an artist and blow up just like that. We started to see that in the late 2000s uh, with Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy was one of the first artists to utilize the internet to really get popular. So Lisa is absolutely right when she says that anybody could just get a contract and handing them out like candies now. So just like anything else, when you flood the market, you have an inflation. It decreases the demand when you have too much supply. Basic economics. Anyway, guys, well, we went, me and Lisa and I were really off topic now. But yeah, congratulations to Rihanna on her new expecting family. Peace. Love you.